Diddy parties, all the stuff that Diddy's going through. Did you have a close relationship? You were in the Palm, so you're in Miami. He's down here. What was your relationship with Diddy?
He was on Star, I was on Palm, and we were cool. Like, you know, we were like comrades, so to speak, like real, you know, cool. I was invited to all the parties and this and that, but I wasn't staying late at those parties because I would leave for my parties, which were, you know, potent as well. But I wasn't like, there was no like swinger shit or fucking.
You didn't have swinger stuff.
No, I don't. I'm the only dick in the room. I don't like. I'm not into that weird shit. Like, I don't want to like have no part of that. But there was some bad bitches in my house, and you know, excessive everything, and you know, I remember like, you know, my house was more like the Wolf of Wall Street type of vibes. It wasn't like, I don't know. There was no weird shit going on, but I didn't really see any weird shit at Diddy's because it was just, to me, it seemed like everybody was having a great time, and he was the provider of an amazing event that everybody wanted to get into, and like all the time, and spared no expense with fireworks and all kinds of shit, and all the A-list people. I was one of the few people who was allowed to go in the house, and during one of these parties, most people are just like left outside. Huge people.
Whose house is that, Rob?
That was mine.
Oh, that's your house.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I was the first buyer of that. It's called the Villa Ferrari. A bunch of builders like got into a fight, and like there was like, I had to finish the house. At any rate, oh yeah.
So at these Diddy parties, you get invited into the house. Not many people get into the house.
Yeah, but again, I was
you didn't
there
see
at
anything.
a time when there was nothing even remotely.
So when you hear these stories,
Like I was
you're
the
like,
weirdest
what?
guy in the party. I felt like I was the biggest fucking like piece of shit in the party because I was in the fucking hiding in the media room doing like coke and stuff. You know what I mean? And I remember Diddy looking at me and he's like, "What does that stuff make you feel like?" And it was me and another famous producer in there, and we were like trying to explain it to him. But I guess over time, like he was probably introduced. I don't know for sure, but I mean, or kept things around for people that wanted it.
But at this time, you're saying that Diddy didn't even know what coke was. Like he wasn't doing any
He
drugs.
was joking around with us, but like he was like kind of looking at us like, "What does that shit make y'all feel like?" And this and that. Like it was just like he was like as innocent type vibe, but like
Meaning he didn't do drugs.
I think he was doing like probably ecstasy and Molly. That was more socially acceptable at that time.
Yeah.
Even though later we learned that leaves like holes in your brain and like robs you of your serotonin and shit like that. But look, here's my take on the Diddy thing. Forget about the parties. Who Diddy is, who they're trying to make him out to be. I said this just recently. I'll say it again. There's no excuse to hit a woman. I've never put my hands on a woman my whole life unless I was smacking her on the ass while I'm fucking her. All right? I've never gotten to that stage where I'll just walk away. Like, I'm not going to get into a fight with you. Like, you're not going to, like, I've had girls that got violent with me. Like, I'm like, no, goodbye. See ya. I'm not part of that. So who knows what the hell was going on during that? So there's no excuse for that. To me, it looks like motherfuckers were up for like 3 days doing some fucked up drug, and it was like not who he is now this like drugged up dopamine version of what Diddy is, and like that shit somehow happened. I don't think he's somebody who just beats women up. He's not like Jake LaMotta or some shit like whatever the case is. That was that. As far as them saying to like that, he's a sex trafficker. To me, sex trafficking is selling pussy, right? I think if anything, he was like buying it and like just having girls on deck and putting them on a fucking Gulfstream and going over state lines. That's not cool. Like just call somebody like a sex trafficker, like whatever the fuck. Nobody was having a problem with eating caviar with him and taking his money. Like, so I don't think that's fair. I think that Rico, you gotta have more than one name there. I just think that if you try and go up against liquor, oil, like all the, firearms, tobacco, all these things, like you're gonna have some fucking problems. That's the real fucking Illuminati. And he went up against Diageo and said, I could do my own Ciroc. And like, they were like, oh yeah? They dropped a bomb on his ass. The crime doesn't fit the punishment with him. I still have my pictures up of Diddy on my Instagram. Now, disappointed, yeah, that he put his hands on a woman. I'll forgive. If I find out that he did something to a little kid or did some like pedophile shit, which I don't think they're gonna find because I don't think that's who he is. I don't get that from him. Whatever picture they're trying to paint from him is this devious guy. I mean, whatever. Like, he's gangster for sure. Like, he's definitely like, he's from New York. Like, he's not a pussy. Is he a homosexual? Bisexual? Everybody's trying to push that. Is he a cuck? Which is like watching other. I wasn't in the room. I do know I felt like at one point he tried to flirt with me and shit, and I was just like, I'm good on that type of shit. But,
Oh, really?
yeah, oh yeah. But
Like, what do you mean he tried to flirt with you?
I'm just gonna leave it simple like that. You know, that's it.
Well, I mean, that's a pretty bold statement, Scott.
Bro, it's just I'm gonna say it like it fucking, you know, it is what it is. He's my homie, man. Like,
Gotcha.
But like I just felt.
But there was
like
never any bad beef. There was you never saw anything weird.
Man, nothing but love.
When you hear the stories about like, well, Usher came to his house for Diddy Flavor Camp, and then Justin Bieber showed up. Any rumors in that? Any truth to that?
No, fuck that, man. Like, everybody wanted to be around him. He's the fucking flyest dude. Like, he made the shit look good. He's in Tommy Mottola's house, which is the sickest shit that he bought, like, on Star Island. Like, sick. Like, you know, like, Justin was at fucking Molly Mall's house. You know Molly Mall? The guy, he was like, that was like, because he provided a different kind of thing. Like, he was in Vegas in, I think Neil Sedaka or somebody's crib,
Sedaka.
some weird guy's crib. I don't know who it was. And he was a pimp. You know what I'm saying? And he had all these broads around, and he had a studio, and he had like cool people. He had Pooh Bear around. And that was a fun environment. Like, you know what I'm saying? What can I say? Like, and people wanted to be there too. Bieber wanted to be there. Nobody was taking advantage of Bieber. Bieber knew what the fuck he was doing. He was trying to hang out. That's it. That's all I think.
The Biebs right there. So Diddy,
that picture up there on the left with Paris, me, and Kim and Diddy, they were like, yeah, they're at one of Diddy's white parties. That wasn't even Diddy's white party. We're in Saint-Tropez at the Biblos Hotel, at like in the pool, like or something. That we were just at a white party, and there was mad people there. You know, what I mean, we were just hanging out.
everybody dresses like that in Saint-Tropez.
Look to the left a little bit. The
left picture. Yeah.
Oh, who's that?
Was that Kanye right there?
That's your best friend right there.
My boy, man.
Gotcha.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Scott Storch, and you might have seen me on the PBD podcast, and you might have some questions you want to ask me. I'm available on the Manette app, and you can ask me about pretty much anything, music, industry stuff, you know, my life and my history, or, you know, anything technical questions with music, equipment, whatever, production techniques. Check it out, Manette.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.